Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Diablo 3. My name is Wilfred. So yesterday, Friday evening, I've done some recording. One is the GR95 on my Necromancer Season 17, which is the clip you're watching right now. Another one was the Challenge Rift, which is a Witch Doctor, no particular set. It's just a mix of all the ancient items inside. So I did both of them. So in the event whereby you'd like to check out this week's Challenge Rift, you may want to jump to that part of the video as well. Now, so every season I've played a class at least, and I've been playing since season 11. I've somehow skipped the first 10 of them, thinking that it was a pain to do, so I kind of like didn't really go into it. But season 11 was when Necromancer first came out, and I started playing it, and it wasn't that hard. Then realizing that okay, it became more fun. Every season I play a different class, different build, and I have different experience of Diablo 3. Sometimes could be very fun, sometimes could be quite struggle, and sometimes could be a very weird kind of setup, like this season in particular, because of the LoN kind of thing. And I found that I've got a really strong character, but it's also very glass cannon as well. So I'll talk a little bit about that in just a bit. So now if you look at Necromancer from season 11 onwards, now Necromancer is a class that kind of break a lot of rules. Suddenly, a lot of people realizing that the character was really powerful compared to the rest, and it took the rest of the classes about a couple of seasons to catch up to it. But if you just look at Necromancer's, the so-called power ability. From season 11, and if you look at not the top players like the leaderboard, but more or less like top 100, like what it takes to get into top 100. If you look at the rank itself, more or less from season 11 to season 16 is similar. It doesn't really deviate that much. Maybe one or two greater rift differences between the two. I presume sometimes you have more people playing in a season, sometimes you may have lesser people playing in the season. But more or less, the Necromancer kind of like how strong the class is has been rather at that baseline for a good couple of seasons, like 11 to 16. Now, season 17, of course, is a whole new kind of like thing, because all of a sudden you see a lot of interesting build that comes up. You have 2 extra ring to put into your build for you to experiment. Now 2 extra rings is of course make it a lot of difference, because you have 2 different affixes, make the build kind of like unbalanced, shall I say, compared to the rest. But it is just a season theme, so it's not a permanent thing, and so when you go back to normal, you won't be as awesome. But you got to experiment or experience something that is rather different from what you normally do, which is in this case a very glass cannon kind of like build. Now, by the way, when I mentioned about the leaderboard top 100 for Necromancer, I'm referring to the US, which is why I'm playing the US region, and also softcore, because hardcore and softcore are kind of different, and I don't play hardcore, so I'm looking more on the softcore. Although, having said that, I think these days when I look at the builds, I am paying more attention to what the hardcore people are doing, because making a character a little bit more tankier actually make it more fun, in my opinion. So the Necromancer I've got here is very, very strong. As you can see, this is Greater Rift 95, and I got more or less all the BIS item. Having said that, I'm still augmenting the gear. So I've got about 3 gears augmented with dam range between 75, I think 80 to 90. So it's not really very highly augmented, and I will augment my gear about with another 3 dams in the pipeline. But all in all, I mean, it has been performing really well. Now, of course, with the Legacy of Nightmare kind of buff, you naturally gain quite a number of GR advantage compared to any other season. So I reckon it's about 5 GR level that is compared to other seasons. And so this, although what you're seeing is a 95, but it's more or less like a 90, I guess, compared to other seasons. But still, I mean, the Necromancer has been really, really strong. It's one of the one of the classes whereby it can destroy everything on the screen. It's not easy to find a class that does it at this tier, because 95 is not a trivial kind of like a tier, and the or 90 to 95 or 90 and above to clear the entire screen is not a given for all classes. You know, there are classes whereby it's very good at hunting elites, and it will take forever to kill any trash mob, for example. So this is a very bizarre kind of like class and build, whereby I am very confident I can just take up the entire kind of like a screen, elite as well. So even if the character dies because of the one shot, you can recover quite fast because of Land of the Dead. Whenever the character dies, you add a couple of seconds perhaps into your timing, but that also help you with the cooldown kind of like reduction, because you know it does run ahead of time for you. So in a way, this character does. I mean, in a soft core, you can recover really fast as well. It's not unlike other classes whereby it's just very hard to recover sometimes. So it is, in a very strange way, a setup whereby super high power that you can clear off the entire screen, no problem with the Guardians at all at this level. Very, very powerful kind of cooldown that whereby you can recover from there. Unique corpse, yes, of course, but again, it doesn't really, it's not really that kind of like hard if you work yourself into some of this like a constraint. So if you look at this Guardian here, 95 Guardian, just like, it didn't even have a chance against my Necromancer. But the only downside about this Necromancer is that it's super glass cannon. So, one bullet, one lightning strike, one poison kind of thing that you misstepped into, one jump from a mob, whatever it is, it's just one shot, and you can only afford a mistake every 1 minute because of final service. Other than that, you have got to be very, very careful into playing it. So yeah, I mean, that is the gist of it, playing the Necromancer. By the way, the next bit is going to be the Challenge Rift. So just want to let you know, because it may be a little bit strange is suddenly playing a Witch Doctor. So yeah, I mean, 6.5 minutes for GR95, definitely I can push it to much higher. I think 100, GR100 is not going to be an issue at all. But do I enjoy it? I think looking back, it's a bizarre experience as a Necromancer that is such a glass cannon. I personally prefer a class whereby it's a little bit more durable, enable me to do a little bit more like just. It doesn't have to be that fast, but at least it doesn't have to die so often. So that I think that is the message of it. So it's an interesting experience, but it's not an experience that on the top of my head, like, oh, I really like the Necromancer of this like a glass cannon build. Probably not, but I do find it very powerful. Very, very powerful. Now this is a Challenge Rift, and the it's a Witch Doctor. No particular set item, so everything is just like what you see on the screen here. You have a dog, you have the very big guy there, and then you have you can have the fire bat as well, which is more for melee. You can have this, I think it's called the Spirit Barrage or something like that, which is also a fire damage. Now, of course, knowing the map will help a little bit, because this is my first time attempting it, so I didn't know the map. But if you know the map, you can skip all these places whereby you may get lost a little bit. But this is one of the more easy kind of like setup in a way, easy kind of Challenge Rift. The character is very tanky. The Witch Doctor is always very tanky somehow, one way or the other. But this character is very, very tanky. It prefers to do a little bit of melee range kind of thing. I found that the Spirit Barrage is more powerful, I would say, because the mob explode after you stop channeling. The fire bat is alright. I mean, right now I'm now I switched to the other one, which is Spirit Barrage, and it seems really, really powerful. And it's overall very tanky. It's just a matter of hunting for the next elite pad to kill something along the way if you so wish to, but don't have to. Build wise, yeah, I mean that's about it. You have a dog, and you have I think the passive also kind of like do a little bit like synergize with the pet itself. But all in all, a pretty fun build, I would say. A pretty fun build. and something that I didn't really know that it kind of like exists in the build wise. And yeah, I mean, I did enjoy playing it. You could do a little bit of like melee, which is fire bat, reduce the damage reduction. I think there's one that when you channel, and you could do a spirit barge, which is very much like just a little bit of range, but you don't have to be that far away either. So look at that. I mean, you just like destroy everything in one shot. There's a lot of pad around as well, which is kind of fun. And yeah, that's about it. Pretty much like a fire thing going on. So yeah, enjoy. I mean, this challenge rift I kind of enjoy. And beating the time is not going to be a challenge at all. I think if you just keep going, and after that I actually did play again. So on my second attempt, I've improved my time into I think 3 minute-ish kind of thing. So it's definitely doable. The target of I think 5.5 minutes or whatever it is very easy to beat. So I highly encourage you, if you haven't done your challenge rift this week, give it a shot. I think you will enjoy the journey. Alright, so now this is really towards the end of the video. Talk a little bit about how I feel about Necromancer in a way, and I may have some plan for Necromancer. I may try something else, something more durable, something that's different, something that I've not played before. Given that the fact that this is an LoN season, it's in the spirit of LoN, you just have to experiment with different things that you have. Alright, so now, hope you enjoyed Season 17 as much as I do. Hope you earn all the cosmetic kind of like reward already, and I'll see you next time. Alright, bye.